The 16th day of March 2024. Yesterday was a good day in rural Ireland. Today it's back to the rain again. This is the time of year. It's not too cold. Tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day. It's a day with synonymous with the colour green. The Republic of Ireland's population is about 4.4 million, and about 2.3, about 60% vote in elections and in the last elections. Okay, there are 158 members of parliament called TDs in the Dáil, in the national parliament, and they run the country. They're presided over by a Taoiseach, and there are 14 ministries. The Greens have 12 members of parliament, which is 7.5%, but they have 21.5% of the ministerial seats. They have 3 out of 14 of the ministers are Green politicians, even though they only hold 12 of the seats in the national parliament. They have 3 times the ratio of government ministries that they have representatives elected. And that'll tell you about how undemocratic our system is. Now, the voting in Ireland done in the ballot box is fair, is true, and is accurate. I have no issue with that, and that was proven in the recent referendum. Now, the ministers who hold these posts from the Greens, the first up is that Aon, an incompetent idiot, really. He's Aon Ryan. He's Minister for the Environment, Climate and Communications, and Minister for Transport. Right, there he is. There you see him there, the man in the middle there. Now he's the idiot that tried to go for renewable energy, and he had to buy a whole lot of diesel engines to keep the lights on. The next one is Katherine Martin, Minister for Tourism, Culture, Arts, Gaelic Sport, Gaeltacht Sport and Media. What a list! I'll give it to you again. Tourism. That's our second biggest industry, now being decimated because all the hotels are filled with migrants. Culture, someone to talk about culture as the culture of our Irish society is being destroyed. Arts, well, she's over RTE for some reasons. I would have thought Aon Ryan would be over RTE. Sport and media. Now, she's making a complete and utter dog's dinner of the radio television, under Ryan as Minister of Communications and under Katherine Martin. All the things that happened with Forbes, the massive payouts, the Ryan Tubridy, all these scandals happened. They had no watch on the thing at all. They had no oversight until everything blew up in their faces, and now they have a mess. They have a mess. So another incompetent thing. And this thing, oh women, oh we have to have women, oh women are great. Here is a woman that's a fool, incompetent, an idiot, and incapable of running anything. So get this through people's heads. The gender is not what counts, it's what is the ability that's there. Margaret Thatcher was a woman, and she was capable of making decisions. Whether you agree with them or not, they were good decisions, and she had a housekeeping and an administration that tried to keep everything going, and actually won a war with the Falklands in the middle of it. So here's a man and a woman, 2 idiots, but the latter one is Katherine Martin. She and her brother Vincent tried to get elected in Monaghan, and they were ran out of it. Nobody wanted them, and they went up to the Wokey lefties in Dublin. She went up to Dublin, and he went up to Kildare, and they managed to get elected up there. Okay, now, so that's the third one. Now, the other one then is a fella called is Roderick O'Gorman. And he's a gay fella that kissed his boyfriend the night he got elected, and there was a big, he'd be a great minister. Right? Now, he is the minister for children, disability, equality and integration. So his job is to make sure the migrants are integrated, and he would be pushing hate speech to try and prevent anyone voicing their opinion against the mass migration. He was elected on the coattails of Joan Burton. She lost her seat up in Blanchardstown, and he just got in by the skin of his teeth. I think he only had a very small vote, something like 5,000 votes. But in our system, when there's one last remaining that's above the rest, he or she gets elected. So anyway, between one thing and another, you can see the destruction. This radical government's policies has a teacher, Enoch Burke, in prison for calling a boy him. Ryan has destroyed, he's on his way to destroying the environment with his junk, our wind renewable junk, and I have done a good job to block him, and we have several reasons to celebrate that we will beat him on that up to a degree. The other one then is Ryan, or not Ryan, Katherine Martin making a mess of RTE. Now the thing is, it seems that no matter how few votes they get, they still can grab the seats. Now, of course, what they're doing is they're saying if we don't get 3 seats in government, we won't sit in government. And that means the other lesser parties have trouble then, because they have to give them more than their share. And this is the undemocratic nature of politics, and I don't really have the answer for that, except to now alert the people, and even those who voted for them. The Greens take their vote not from the working class, but from the lower middle class, from a sort of a more affluent, not necessarily the high rich people, but from the ones in the centre, more or less, or slightly less than centre. A lot of the public servants and that would be voting for them, and a lot of bedwetters, panicking people, and the children of very well-to-do people. So you get a big barrister, and he's very wealthy, and he has 3 kids, and they'll be woke, and they'll be bedwetters, and they'll be climate panickers, and all of this hysterics, and it's very hard to make real people into them, and they would vote for the Greens. So the point is, I just want to bring it to your attention, that awful situation we have in Ireland. Now, there's a thing called negative campaigning. It's not illegal. You go door to door and you ask the people in the constituency of these 3 ministers not to vote for them. I wish I had time. I'd say in the run-up to the next elections, I'll be so busy helping candidates that I won't be able to do it. We can do it. We put Alex White out in Churchtown, and to try and tell the people, you've got to try and do something to keep these out. So with that, folks, we just give you that short video on the Greens and the mess that they're making of the country, and how we have to resolve to get them out. Radical government was the big architect for these 2 referenda on the family, and he was roundly rejected by 71%. They don't want them. So how do we stop them abusing the democratic system and getting into places of power? That's another day. We'll see you back for something else. Thank you.